Hello everyone, it's Keith Garden Tech Guy here with another video, and today I'm going to talk about the new Honor 8 Pro that was announced. So let's look into the full features and specs. Now the Honor 8 Pro was recently announced globally, and for those of you who may have heard about the Honor V9, which was launched in China earlier in this year, well, that has now been launched globally as the Honor 8 Pro, especially in the UK markets, and you can go ahead and order it at Honor's UK site for 474 euros. You get a 30% discount to order. You can choose between bundles with a power bank, micro SD card, and also VR glasses. So you can go ahead and pre-order it now from Honor UK, and you can expect it to come globally soon in other markets. Now, slim yet punchy patch with an ultra thin 6.97mm metal body. It clusters over 1,000 components, and this is surprising because it's down to Apple with their iPhone 7 and 7 Plus is not even this thin, and they were complaining that they could not pack so many components. And yet Honor comes with a body that is just as slim as the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus and can still pack a punch and still keeps the headphone jack. Apple, I hope you're listening. Now, it's, as Honor says, it was built with attention to the finest detail, and it also has a dual lens camera fits that flush into the body, so no camera bump there. Now, for the speed and performance, it's powered by the Kirin 960 processor, which is a very powerful processor, and which would have seen on devices such some other on Huawei devices, and it performs pretty well with 6 gigs of RAM, and you also get 64 gigs of storage, and you have a Mali G71 GPU, which exceeds the predecessor, which is the Honor 8 in graphic rendering by 180%, and CPU processing is increased by 80% from its predecessor. Now, for graphics, you get 3D API with Vulkan API, which in Vulkan API was technically as a pre-installed custom feature in Android 7.0 Nougat, and since this phone runs in Android Nougat, the Honor has used the 3D API with the Vulkan API in the OS of Android Nougat. So you get some pretty great gaming performance just as intended for Android Nougat. And speaking of Android Nougat is skinned by EMUI 5.1, which is the latest skin from Huawei and Honor. So it's 90% of the phone features are 3 clicks away at the most. And you can share your precious moment with instantly generate videos and enhance visual effects into the camera, and even its smart curve sensors. And also you can have other sharing features such as NFC. You have a quad display with DCI-P3 delivering visuals to its highest level, and for those of you who know that DCI-P3 can give you levels of premium movie quality. And let's talk about VR. The Honor 8 Pro comes with VR support pre-installed with the John VR app, and it has advanced color magnet and eye protection, so you won't get any nausea or so with your VR experience. And it has a typical battery life with 4,000 milliamps, which is very big for a phone, which can give you at least up to 2 days on a single charge. And the dual lens camera, you have monochrome lens with wide aperture photography and support for up to Ultra HD 4K video with and also RGB lens which is pretty similar to Yahweh's dual lens camera on the Yahweh P10 and the Mate 9. And also these are comparisons of software stability with the phone. You can read here the test that they did. You can press the power button for up to 200,000 times. So forth. You can go ahead and take a quick look at these if you wish on the website about its durability, performance, and the various tests they did on this device. Now let's look at the full specifications of the Honor 8 Pro. For the operating system, it's EMUI 5.1, curved skin by Android 7.0. It comes in 3 colors: blue, black, and gold. The display is a 5.7-inch 2K display with a resolution of 2560 by 1140, protected by Corning Real Glass 3. The chipset is a Q960 octa-core processor with a Cortex A73 core with a 1.4 times 1.8 GHz Cortex A53 core, and for the A73 it's up to 2.4 GHz. For battery, you can get 4000 milliamps with typical, and for rated battery life 3900 milliamps. But normally it's 4000 milliamps, but it's typical at 4000 milliamps. For the camera, it has a twin 12 megapixel dual lens camera autofocus with LED flash, and the front camera is 8 megapixels with 77 degrees wide angle lens. For storage, you get 6 gigs of RAM, which is really powerful for a device with 64 gigs of RAM or internal storage. Connectivity varies from USB Type-C 2.0, Bluetooth 4.1, and Wi-Fi with 802.11 BGN up to 2.4 GHz. The dimensions of the phone is 6.97mm thick, a width of 77.50mm, and a height of 157mm. It weighs about 184 grams, including the battery. For SIM slot support, you have from TD, LTE, LTE, FDD, WC, DMA, and GSM support, with SIM card 1, SIM only, and SIM card 2 from SIM and micro SD card. So it supports up to 2 SIMs, and I believe, and they did not specify whether it's a nano SIM, but I believe it uses micro SIM cards. You have a fingerprint sensor with NFC. For the other sensors varies from the fingerprint sensor along with the Hall sensor, infrared sensor, proximity sensor, ambient light sensor, the digital compass, gravity sensor, gyroscope, and status indicator. And for external interface, like I said earlier, with USB Type-C, micro SD card support, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. A phone that is this thin still has a headphone jack. Companies like Apple and others that are removing the headphone jack, you need to look and take an example from Honor. And it has a 2.5D curved glass on the front and a cylinder body. For output, you have 9 volts and 2 amps. And so that is it. Keith Gordon, tech guy, signing up to the Honor 8 Pro, a device born for speed. And also, as I said, you can currently go and pre-order it for $474, which is 30% off the original price, which is 545 euros, which would convert to $590 US, and for the original price, which is £545, which would have converted to $680. But currently you can go and get it for 590 US. So that is it. Keep going, tech guys, sign up with you on April. Like, subscribe to my channel for more, comment your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.